So this is the bucket that I took the potatoes out. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before. Anyway, the potatoes were absolutely delicious and they all went in one meal. But three of us had that, so that was nice. But what I'm going to do with this bucket, I'll show you now. It's going to get another plant in. Wash fish, blood and bone. Get a decent amount. That's enough for now. I'll probably find more potatoes now. Any extraneous matter. Now there is manure, old manure, very old manure, in the bottom of this, which is what I put in when I prepared the buckets for the potatoes. I just put a few inches of manure in the bottom, but it is quite mature. So what I'll do now is just a little bit of, I want it to beetroot. Beetroot are going in here, bolt hardy. I'm going to keep them as multi-sown modules, and I put all four in. Excuse me sniffing. These are going to stay in the greenhouse here, in the polytunnel, I should say, not the greenhouse. I'm just going to leave them over there and see how they manage. So, put these at the back here. I'll water them in and see how they do. That's enough of that for now. So I'm trying to be creative in growing in small spaces. So let's whilst these beetroot are small, let's take advantage of the space by sowing a few radish. You never know. One can but try. Now to water that in. Gently, of course. The famous Taming watering can do the job, I think. man should do this. Now these beetroot have been in for a long time, and again, like the chard, they've sort of stood still a bit. It's either that or that's my imagination, but they usually grow faster than this. If you remember, I potted on the chard, which was in the similar containers, and let me just show you those. Here they are now, and they seem to have come on a lot better since I potted them on. Similar to the red vein sorrel. They do seem to all be doing better since they got potted on, whether that's due to a bit more nutrients in the compost, or if it's to do with the fact that the compost they were in wasn't very good. I don't know. But they seem to be doing better, much better. I think that'll do for today. I have actually got some fruit now on a couple of the tomatoes, so it's time to start watering them. In these halos, watering them, I meant feeding them properly with, I'm going to use tongue-light initially, but I feed, I don't know if you can see, I feed in the central part next to the stem, and when I water it goes in this part because they get a lot more water than they do feed, and they don't get swamped. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, let's get feeding. One, two, 3, 4, 5. 5-second dose. Not quite, but I've still got some more to do over this side, so you get the gist. Done. In a similar fashion to feeding on the inner part of the halo and watering on the outside of it, have a similar setup for my specialist tomatoes, the tomatoes de Cogar, which you know are in bottomless pots, and I feed in the pot, and the sunken pot, which is a deep pot, is for watering, and it's a way of not flooding everything. Similar way on this courgette. Not courgette, cucumber. Seems to be a bit of a lull in things like sowing and planting and what have you. It's mainly all done now, but I'm just going to do a few lettuce, not a huge amount. Well, there'll be too many here, but I'll just sow them in this little pot here. It's a shallowish pot. I'll just cover that with a bit of vermiculite. They say that it needs light to germinate. Well, I never used to do this and it used to germinate okay, but that's what they say, so I'll go with it. As long as they're covered and kept moist. I'll find some little cover for it. And that can carry on when the others are finished, hopefully. Just make sure that's fully wet on the top. And find some kind of top for it. Job's a good one. Following on from my blasted aphids video, greenfly, this is what it's like after just a few days. I think, I'm not sure if that's, these were clean just a few days ago, so they'll be getting another blast soon. One of the problems I've got in this onion bed is Marestail, and I try and get it out as often as I see it, and I think this is probably the best tool for the job, because what you've got to be careful of is not disturbing the root of the onions, so you don't want to be digging too much. So I go right near the plant, twist, don't know if you could see that, and now I can shake the roots out of this soil ball. Let's see if I can show it on camera. Actually, the roots didn't go down too far, but I'm pretty sure these are introduced. I introduced these into this bed when I planted my asparagus from my other old plot, which was riddled with Marestail, and I just shouldn't have done it. I should have done better. Anyway, that's the one way how to get rid of this stuff. You just got to keep at it, and eventually you should get it all